Thanks for staying up late and welcome to another edition of New Mexico Football Friday. The postseason resumes tonight with plenty to talk about. Let's jump right in. On the show tonight, game of the week, Valley versus Clovis. Everyone's talking about that one. Spirit Stick and, of course, representation up in the V, and we'll explain that after we look at some highlights. Down south, Field of Dreams, 2-seed Mayfield Trojans welcome in 7-seed Rio Rancho. First quarter, the Rams getting on. Justin Detter. The field goal, 3-0, Rio Rancho in the first. Then, still in the first, Mayfield decides they're going to get on the board. Quarterback Kavika Johnson, 10 yards to Dominic Carrasco, and just like that, it's 7-3. Home team, still in the first quarter, Rio Rancho quarterback Easton Bruer. Back to pass, intercepted. Joseph Arguello, he's not coming back. Going in for the touchdown, Rio Rancho trailing Mayfield 14-3 at that point. Second quarter, we go now with one really happy fan. Easton Bruer looking again, looking for better results. Isaiah Lerman, interception. Rio Rancho only putting up 3 at that point. Mayfield wins it, 45-24. Now Mayfield will now get the winner of Monday's Cleveland-Hobbs game. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but they delayed it. They postponed it because of the weather, and we're going to take a preview of that. But first, let's talk game of the week. Our Lawrence Gilligan has it queued and ready, starting with his keys. Lawrence.
Yeah, thanks, Van. The game of the week pits the #1 seed and undefeated Valley Vikings versus the surging Clovis Wildcats. Let's take a look at the BIOS keys to the game for both teams. For the Clovis Wildcats to get to the semifinals, they're going to have to limit Valley's big plays downfield. Look for the Wildcats to try to continue and light up the scoreboard to hang with Valley. Clovis has scored at least 40 points in 4 of their last 5 games. In order for the Vikings to keep their perfect season alive, Valley will have to stop the state's leading rusher, Kamal Cass. Cass has rushed for over 2,000 yards on the season heading into this one. And their second key is to keep the offense rolling. Valley is averaging over 400 yards of offense per game. All right, heat burners on the sidelines and on the field, too, in a high-scoring affair. Clovis running back Kamal Cass sat out last week and makes his presence felt right away, trailing 7-0. It's Cass getting in for 6. We're tied at 7. Still tied. Valley retakes the lead. It's Bo Coleman to Aaron Molina on the screen. Yeah, Molina's going to take care of the rest, splitting the defense for the score. It's 13-7 as the extra point by Bo Coleman is no good, but still in the first quarter, Clovis is going to come on right back. It's the other senior running back, Shapri Bryant. Bryant had over 300 yards last week. He gets the toss and hits the burners. He goes 40 yards for the score. PAT good. It's 14-13 Clovis, but one thing about Valley is that they can answer. Aaron Molina on the kickoff return. Molina rifling through, and well, he's off to the races before being brought down right inside the 25-yard line. That's when his boy Coleman takes over. Coleman scores from 5 yards out. Just like that, it's 20-14 Valley, but it's the running backs keeping the Cats in this one. Second quarter, it's going to be Bryant getting the carry, and well, he's got a tough 8 yards out in front, but he gets in anyway. Clovis retakes the lead. It's 21-20 until Valley erupts for back-to-back touchdown plays. Under 2 minutes to go before the break. On 4th and 1, Coleman keeping it, shakes the tackle, and well, he goes the distance, 30 yards. 2-point conversion is good. It's 28-21 Valley. Clovis is forced to punt with under 45 seconds to go, and the Vikings make them play on 3rd and 2. It's Coleman getting the first down, and with under 5 seconds to go, Van. Yeah, that's Coleman with the nice touchdown pass, giving the Vikings a comfortable 2-touchdown lead. We caught up with Vikings head coach Enrico Marcelli at the half.
We're not home yet. We blew a lead like this last year in the playoffs, so we got a long second half, and they got a great offense, so we just got to keep working.
On the defensive side of the ball, how do you stop those guys in the backfield?
If I knew I would, we'd be stopping them. I mean, we're going to keep making adjustments, keep trying. We got to tackle better. We just haven't tackled the kid, and I'll tell you, they got the 2 best backs in the state. It's pretty tough. We got to be able to run the ball, and we got to come up 1 or 2 stops. 1 or 2 stops away, you know, our offense is rolling, so we got 1 or 2 stops, we can win this thing.
All right, well, Van, they gave up 21 points at the half. Final score 55-28. So Valley Vikings defense came and played that second half very well.
Valley's no joke, man.
55-28, no joke. Bo Coleman accounted for 6 touchdowns, 3 of them through the air, the other 3 on the ground. That offense is hot, and they're rolling right along.
Yeah, they are rolling. And now we know part of the semifinals for Class 5A. Let's take a look at the bracket as we can talk about it a little bit. Of course, Valley getting the winner of Sandia and Las Cruces, to play tomorrow as we take a look at the bracket. If we have the bracket, I'm not sure if we have the bracket. There we go. So Valley play the winner of Sandia and Las Cruces. We're going to preview that in just a minute. And what do you think about this Hobbs-Cleveland business, man? Supposed to play tomorrow? And
it's supposed to play tomorrow, and they move it. All these other teams throughout the state played in bad weather. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I guess one more day, maybe 2 more days to rest
Monday,
for both these teams.
It looks starting to look like Monday at 7 o'clock. Big game tomorrow, Sandia Matadors versus the Las Cruces Bulldogs in a rematch of last year's state title game. Sandia coming off a 45-11 win over Atrisco Heritage.
That's right. The Matadors have won 4 straight games and are averaging 198 yards on the ground and 114 yards through the air.
All right, well, the Las Cruces Bulldogs' only loss came in the final game of the regular season to the Mayfield Trojans. The Bulldogs' defense has been solid all season long. Cruces has given up a total of 93 points in total of 10 games.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the Dogs are in the hunt for their 8th state title, and 3rd blue trophy in the past 5 years. And there we go, rolling that Cruces footage. And that's because they got J.J. Granados in the backfield.
Yeah, Sandia will have their hands full with Cruces' head coach, Jim Miller's son, Cameron, at the quarterback position, as well as senior running back J.J. Granados, who you just mentioned. Granados averaging 3 touchdowns a game. I know you caught up with the Sandia Matadors on their state title rematch with the Dogs earlier today.
I mean, you're playing such a great program in Las Cruces. Jimmy's won 5 state titles in 15 years, so we're very excited to be playing them. Having beaten us last year in the state championship game should be a heck of a game.
That loss last year really hurt us, and we want to get this win back, not just for us, but for the seniors last year and everyone on the team last year. Yeah, we want it pretty bad.
I think we have to just execute our plays and just be more physical with them. I'm really looking forward to playing these guys again and, just show them what we're about.
Cam, that's going to be a little more timing on that.
We came into this district 4 years ago, and we were outscored 138-6, and this year we were the district champ. So that's the toughest district in the state, and we're proud to say that we're the district champion.
All right, let's talk about the other stuff. The weather won, Hobbs and Cleveland nothing. That's right. As we told you, the weather forced postponement of tomorrow's quarterfinal between the Eagles and Storm, and that doesn't mean we can't talk about the match, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So far this year for Cleveland, quarterback Kian Hami has played efficient. Hami has thrown for 1,536 yards and has also ran for 401 yards. The Storm's offense has been so effective due to their size and their strength on the offensive line.
Yeah, and let's not forget running back Jesse Nieto has rushed for 1,190 yards this season, 14 touchdowns. Don't forget about senior Sterling Napier at the tight end position and defensive end position as well. Napier, a cool 6'4", 225 pounds, and plays even bigger. Cleveland, of course, gunning for their 2nd state title in 3 years.
They're going to have to defend us sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. We're going to spread that field vertically and horizontally.
I have to lead by example for this team because we have a couple underclassmen and a couple people who still haven't played. So I just have to lead by example and try my best and just hopefully we go deep into the playoffs.
We have a lot of good chemistry out here, and so we would all be disappointed if we didn't go like a long way. We do have high expectations. We're in the business of hanging banners, and we think Coach is going to lead us there.
All right, well, the Storm's opponent, Hobbs, the Eagles won just 2 games last season, but find themselves 2 games away from playing in the state title game. How about that, Van? The Eagles haven't won a state title since 1972. Hobbs coming off an impressive 35-28 win over the Cibola Cougars in the first round of the playoffs.
All right, well, timeout is called. We have to pay the bills. More Football Friday is on the way. Los Lunas is hosting up in the V with a trip to the semifinals on the line. And the Goddard Rockets try to score against the Moriarty Pintos. First, take a look at our cheerleaders of the week.